On Thursday night in Anaheim, the Ducks are going to entertain the Winnipeg Jets in the playoffs. Yes, the Winnipeg Jets are in the postseason. I'm joined by Ian McIntyre of the Vancouver Sun and Scott Stinson of the National Post for their thoughts on this series. Scott, let's start with you. What are your thoughts?
Anaheim seems like the team that is, sort of the mirage at the top of the standings, where they won the Western Conference, but they basically won the Western Conference by having a whole ton of wins in close games. Their goal differential was, I believe, something like +9, whereas other teams up near the top of the West, like Chicago and St. Louis, were in the +40 range. So it's not like they've been blowing opponents away all year. They just managed to win, more games than anybody else. So I see them being vulnerable to a team like Winnipeg, which obviously is on a real hot streak right now. And especially, of course, the home ice advantage thing. You're going to have the second two games of the series in Winnipeg, where it's the first time in 19 years. The place is going to be going crazy. The atmosphere is remarkable. So if any of these things, our general theory is that if you have a great home ice advantage, it makes a big difference in the playoffs. Well, this is kind of the perfect series to test that. I could totally see a team like Winnipeg with, all the sort of momentum they have going in their favor, giving Anaheim a really tough test.
Ian, what about you? What are you thinking?
Well, the statistics, the analytics for Anaheim are probably the most underwhelming that there's ever been for a division winner. The Ducks are far from perfect, but I thought the Jets were far from perfect too. The question about them, they play this up-tempo, go hockey. They can score goals. They've got big forwards. They match up well physically against Anaheim. The question about the Jets was always, well, can they play playoff hockey? Can they keep the puck out of their net? And what was most impressive about Winnipeg is when they went 9-3-1 at the end of the season, 10 of those 13 games, they allowed 2 or fewer goals. I know there's questions about Ondrej Pavelec and whether he can maintain the play that he has had, but there's a lot of questions about Frederik Andersen as well in the Anaheim net. I think this series is ripe for an upset, if you can call it that.
All right, so Ian, you're saying ripe for an upset, so what is your call for the series?
I'm going to say Jets in 6 or 7. I think it's just, there's a lot of momentum in their favor right now.
Scott, do you share Ian's opinion?
I'm saying Jets in 6 as well. And I mean, the one thing Ian alluded to it is the goalie going to be able to pull this off. But he shut out St. Louis and Minnesota in the last week. So who knows? Maybe he's finally found the right groove.
Well, guys, the last time the Jets were in the playoffs was the spring of 1996, of course, just before they moved to Phoenix. What happened 2 months before that playoff series they were in? They traded their young superstar, Teemu Selanne, to the Anaheim Ducks, and he wasn't very happy. So maybe this is retribution time for the city of Winnipeg. Thanks for joining me.